Hi guys, it's your Sassy Keto Nurse here. Tonight we're going to be talking about cheating on keto and how it can affect your weight loss, how it can affect your healing, what you can do about it, and how to address it. So while I'm waiting on people to get on, I'm going to go ahead and share the live to the other pages, and I'll just talk about my day, so you guys will get to just hear about my day today. It's been an interesting day. It's been still not showing up on, there we go. I worked all day, but I have just, last week we talked about hormones and how the hormones had affected me. Well, I have been doing a lot of monitoring for the last 2 weeks to see how my hormones affected my ketosis, and it has been pretty eye-opening to see, because I didn't change the way I ate at all, and even though I didn't change the way I ate, my blood sugar stayed about the same, my blood pressure, my vital signs stayed about the same, but my ketones dropped. And that can be attributed to the fact that my cortisol levels were extremely high because of my hormone levels dumping out. So we're gonna explore some stuff tonight and have a little talk. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody if once you guys get on here. Hi, whoever that is. Wonderful Thursday evening to you. And how has your day been? Is this Lynn? How have you been today, Lynn? It's been a different day. The weather's starting to change, and with the weather changing, I'm not sleeping the same. My sleep habits are different. Hey, Levi. How are you tonight? I was saying earlier, tonight we're going to explore cheating on keto. This is something that I'm wanting to address because I've had a lot of people messaging me and asking questions, and I've seen a lot of posts. And I wanted to just kind of explore how it affects you, how it can affect your healing, how it can affect your weight loss, how it can affect your moods and everything, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm sure you are tired, Levi. You leave before I ever get to work, and you're not home before I leave. So I know you're out there. You're up and going early. Hi, whoever else that is. Looks like we've got 3 now. I hope everybody had a good Labor Day weekend. We didn't really do much anything around here. Just had a regular old weekend. Me and Hannah just kind of hung out. Justin was here for a day or two, and we all went Sunday evening. Now, Sunday evening was fun. Me and Hannah took Justin and went with him up to South Raven, and him and a bunch of his friends that he used to play football with in high school get together on Sunday evenings, and they play tag football, and we went and watched them play. It was incredible. So it was just fun to watch him play again. Hey Wanda, how are you doing tonight? I don't want to drag out the intro too long, guys, so whoever gets on later is just going to miss the beginning, because I do have to leave at 8:30, because I do have to pick Hannah up at school. I wanted to make an announcement about my Hannah. She got her class ring this week, but Hannah was chosen from her charter school as the one senior who's highest ranked in her GPA, and on the 18th of this month she's going to go to Washington, D.C. and she gets to do 4 days in Washington, D.C., all expenses paid. She's really looking forward to it. It'll be the first time she gets to fly. But after the year that we've had, this is just incredible. And also, most of you have already seen it, but I have to tell everybody, we found out this week that my daughter is having a little girl. So Miss Nevaeh Grace Ferry will be making her way into our lives in late January, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to spoil a little girl. All right, let's get started on cheating and keto. Okay, so number one, let's talk about why do we cheat? What makes us cheat? You know, what brings about the decision? Hey Pam, how you doing, hon? Pam's my cousin, y'all, from up in Illinois. What makes us cheat on keto? Well, number one, to fit in. You know, you're at a family dinner, you're at a high school reunion, you're at a church get-together, and you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Well, here's the thing, y'all, to be very honest, people don't notice. Unless you make a big deal out of it, people don't notice if you're not eating the tortilla chips or the hamburger buns. They don't care. So don't cheat yourself. You know, just go about your business, eat what you know you can eat. I advise that people bring their own things along with them so they know that they have a good keto food that they can take part in. And you know, don't tell everybody it's keto. You ain't got to tell them that. Just make what you're going to make and bring it with you and eat the way you're going to eat. You don't have to fit in. Okay? Another reason, impulsivity. Yeah, I've got a bunch of notes, so I'll be looking down a lot. I'm sorry. Impulsivity. That is a big one. Let's say that, like Levi tonight, you know, you get home late in the evening, you've worked all day, it's been a long day, and you've got a lot going on, and you're tired. The easiest thing to do is to go through a drive-thru. Well, here's the thing. That's where meal planning comes in. That's where meal prepping comes in. Because you don't have to cook all your meals on Sunday and just warm them up in the microwave if that's not what you want to do. But what you can do is you can get your meals ready. You know, have things divided out and prepped so that when you come home from work, it's, easy to just throw it into the skillet, have it fixed, it's ready in 10 minutes, and you're not having to do all the prep work. Because when you go through those drive-thrus and stuff, you're hurting yourself. You're cheating yourself, and it's easy to do. I'm guilty of it. You know, I've been doing this for 14 months, and I've had great success at it. I was talking to somebody today, and I was telling them, you know, the reason I started this page and this group, and the reason I started the website and my YouTube channel is because in the beginning, and even now, I mess up. I make mistakes. I'm human. Everybody's going to do that. And the thing is starting out on a whole new lifestyle, when you change your lifestyle completely, it's easy to mess up because you don't know how everything works. And so it's super easy to just say, well, you know, as long as I get the burger without the bun, I'm fine. Or as long as I get, you know, pizza without the crust, or I just take the toppings, I'm fine. But the truth is that most fast food places, or even the home cooked places, they put sugar and MSG and that kind of thing in everything because it makes it taste good and it makes people want to come back. It also makes you hungry. How about that? So, what do you do about all this? Well, here's the thing. I don't expect everybody to be perfect. Okay? This is a lifestyle. And hey, Judy, Levi, you're going to get used to it. You and I are going to work together in the next little bit, and I'm going to help you because Erica said something to me the other day about it too. So we're going to work together, and I'm going to help you start getting your prep and figuring out how to do it best so that it's easiest for you. There's going to be times, let's say you're going on a cruise. Hi, Julie. Julie, your boys are growing so fast. It's just crazy to me. I watch everybody on Facebook. I don't comment much, though. You're going to have stuff to where you can decide if it's worth it. Here's the thing. When you live this lifestyle, and it is a lifestyle, this is not just a diet that you go on this diet and you lose your 30 pounds or your 40 pounds, or for me, 120 pounds. You can't just go back to eating the regular SAD diet and go to eating carbs and stuff again, because you will gain the weight back. I've got lots and lots of people who started this about the same time I did, including my daughter, and she met her goal weight, and so she kind of went to eating her regular stuff. Well, guess what? She's back on keto. You want to know why? Because she gained the weight back. Not all of it, but she started gaining weight back. Not only that, but she started feeling icky again. Because the truth is, this is a metabolic lifestyle. This changes your body chemistry. It changes your brain chemistry. And the thing is that it's a choice that you make. The choice I have made is to stay keto the rest of my life. I've never felt as good as I feel now. Even going through this mess that I'm going through right now, because I'm going through some medical issues right now with my hormones and just getting older. I do not exercise, Levi. I don't exercise any more than when I'm down in the floor with my patient and playing around in the floor and that kind of thing. Hi, Aaron. I don't exercise. I try to go walking every once in a while if I can, but the truth is that I have a full-time patient that I'm with from 9 to 5 every day. I pick my daughter up from school every evening at 9. I also pick up a second patient every once in a while. It's called PRN, as needed. And I go and I'm with that patient like 3 hours in the evening after I've been with my full-time patient all day. And as of this week, I have gone back to the jail 1 weekend a month. And I'm picking up some extra hours there. Christmas is coming, and to be very honest, I have maxed out all my credit cards paying for medical bills, and I'd like to get all that paid off. So I'm going to be working some extra hours. So no, I really don't have time to exercise. Everything that I have lost has been diet alone. It has just been a change of eating, and it has changed me completely. I'm off every medication I was on. My labs are incredible. I sleep better. I feel better. My skin's better. I've lost 80 pounds at this point. Now, last week, I did gain back 4 pounds last week. You ladies know what I'm talking about when I say it's Shark Week. Well, hopefully I'm getting out of the waters pretty soon, because that was what the doctors determined through my lab work and everything, is that hopefully I'm about to get out of the shark-infested waters pretty quick. But it is affecting me quite a bit. My hormones are in the dumps as far as my estrogen and my progesterone and all those, but my cortisol levels are sky high during that time. And so last week I decided that I was going to monitor my blood glucose levels and my ketones twice a day, along with my vital signs, to see how it affected me. And sure enough, my blood glucose, my blood pressure, all that kind of stuff stayed the same, but my ketones dropped, and it almost brought me completely out of ketosis. But I just stuck with it, and that's what I'm going to tell you about cheating. If you cheat, okay, if you slip up, y'all, it don't mean that you're done, okay? And depending on how big you cheat, you may not even come out of ketosis. The biggest thing is your very next meal, make it keto. Just jump right back on. It's going to take some time before you get used to doing this and get used to eating this way all the time. When I was first starting, I had a lot of times that I was like, well, you know, I just don't have time. I'm going to run through and get this. And it was hard for me to get into a good nutritional ketosis and get fully fat adapted. Now that I am, though, I'm going to let you know. When you cheat, depending on how much you cheat, what you cheat with, if you're just, you know, you eat a cookie, that is probably not going to throw you out of ketosis. However, the sugar in that cookie is going to give you inflammation. Most likely you'll get a bit of a stomach ache because your body is not used to processing simple sugars anymore. Your body is used to using fat for fuel. And so you'll get a bit of a tummy ache, you'll get a little bloated, you'll feel like you got a rock in your gut, you might get heartburn, sleeping, it'll mess you sleep up. So here's the things. I've got it all. I did lots of notes on this one because this is important. Keto is not like other diets where you just do the best you can, and if you fall off, you know, and you come back on it the next week. Because with keto, when you fall off, so let's say that you decide, you make a decision, I'm going on vacation, or this is my daughter's quinceañera, or this is my anniversary and my husband wants to take me out to dinner and I want to have, you know, a mixed drink or whatever. Well, you're making a decision. You are an adult and that is your decision to make. But know that if you do that, it can take the body 24 to 96 hours to get back into ketosis, depending on what kind of carbohydrates you take in and how they affect you. If it's a beer, most likely one beer, it'll probably take you 48 to 72 hours to get back into ketosis. Because here's the thing, the human body, when you take in alcohol, because it is a simple sugar, hey Robin, because alcohol is a simple sugar, everything else in your body stops. The fat burning stops, the healing stops, all of that stops until your body metabolizes that alcohol. That's just the way the human body is set up. It will metabolize alcohol before it metabolizes anything else. So just know, you know, you're an adult. If you want to make that decision, that's your decision to make. But if you do, you very well may kick yourself out of ketosis. Now, for diabetics, those of you that have diabetes, that have started keto to try to correct your diabetes, cheating is really not an option. Because with cheating, you're going to be messing with your blood sugars and you're going to be messing with that healing that you have done to your liver for that insulin production, okay? You don't want to take a chance with that. So for diabetics, I do not recommend that you ever cheat, if any way possible. Other people that are on this just for weight loss or whatever, and I'll be very honest with you, I'm planning on going on a cruise next it's April or May, I can't remember, but I'm planning on going on a cruise. And we're going to a foreign country. We'll have the day there. And it's very likely that I may try a foreign food that may not be keto. Okay? But I'll make that choice then. It'll all depend. Very rarely do I. There's been times that I thought, I think I'm probably going to cheat this weekend because, it's my birthday or it's my whatever. And then I decide no, because it's not worth it. Because I'm going to be really honest with y'all. It is not pleasant. Okay? Because when you get fat adapted and your body has adjusted to fat burning through fat for energy and metabolism, it's not pleasant when you take in those carbohydrates and your body flip-flops from one metabolic process to the other. It's not pleasant. I accidentally, it was 3 weeks ago, I accidentally cheated because I was under the impression that the person that was preparing the food for the birthday party for someone was using keto-friendly sauces and stuff like that for our food. And they had made 2 separate sets of meat, and I was under the impression that they had, oh my goodness, yes, gas. Oh, Candace, tell them about it. For those of y'all that have Crohn's, it can cause an attack. It can cause a big flare-up if you accidentally or on purpose take in extra carbohydrates. Now, what happened with me is they had used regular barbecue sauce on the ribs that they'd made. And they were delicious, and I enjoyed them. And I didn't eat anything else that was non-keto. I had steamed broccoli with lots of butter, and I had my rib, and I drank water, and, didn't have any cake at the party or anything like that. And I got home, and it was about an hour later, and my stomach was on fire. And it was from the barbecue sauce, because it had regular sugar. It was regular barbecue sauce, and barbecue sauce is loaded with sugar. But I will tell you, they have a sugar-free barbecue sauce at Walmart that is awesome, and I really like it. Okay, here's the stuff that can happen: bloating, acne, GI issues, just feel like boo. You lose mental focus, and this can last up to 2 to 3 days, y'all. And sleep disturbances. Those are the biggest ones for me that I have experienced, especially when I first started keto, and when I made mistakes, or when I tried things that didn't agree with me and that I could not metabolize. Those were the biggest things. And the mental focus was the biggest one for me, because I could notice within just a few hours that I felt foggy. Almost like, at Thanksgiving when you eat too much. That's how I would feel after I had taken in carbohydrates that were simple sugars or simple carbohydrates. All right, here's the other thing when it comes to cheating. And you want to make that decision, okay, am I going to cheat or am I not? Am I going to stick with this? Were you a sugar addict before you started keto? Because I am. I think that there should be groups for sugar addicts. Do y'all know it has been scientifically proven? Hi, Ruth. It has been scientifically proven that sugar is as addictive to the human body as heroin. And I am a sugar addict. I am a recovering sugar addict, I suppose, because the least little bit of sugar, I could take in the least little bit of sugar, and I'm craving it automatically. I am still using Kiss My Keto MCT. Yes, I am up to 2 tablespoons a day. It took me probably 4 months to be able to use that much. Otherwise, I have serious GI issues. But that is the one pure C8 that I have used that does not give me any GI issues, and it gives me incredible energy. The thing about it is that it's pure C8, therefore your body doesn't have to metabolize it at all. It is automatically moved into the cells, and the C8 can cross the blood-brain barrier, so it goes directly in there and goes to work. So yeah, I will continue using that. I have seen a lot of people using the MCT powders, and I have thought about getting some of those, the flavored powders, the MCT, just because it's more portable. The MCT oil is not real portable. So I thought about getting some of the powders just to try those, but I don't know how my body will react to them. But luckily I have my Keto Mojo, and I'll be able to check myself and see. Now here's the thing. If you were an alcoholic, would you say, oh, well, I'll just have one drink, I'll get right back on the wagon? No, you wouldn't. Well, as a sugar addict, you have to have that same attitude. You have to say, is it worth me eating this donut for that 5 minutes of pleasure, for me to be in pain for maybe 2-3 hours or up to a whole day, losing a good night's sleep, losing my mental focus for a couple of days? Is it worth it? And that's the thing. Like I said, you're an adult. That's your choice to make. But I, for one, do not recommend it. And you're not cheating on a diet, y'all. You're not cheating on a diet. You're cheating on yourself. Okay? When you do these things, when you make the decision, when you consciously say, okay, let's say we're going to Morocco, or we're going to Hawaii. Okay, that's my dream. I want to go to Hawaii. And I decide to go, and I'm going to Hawaii. And while I'm in Hawaii, I'm just going to enjoy the local cuisine, and I'm going to have a good time, and I'm not going to worry about keto. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to enjoy myself. I may enjoy that first meal. I may enjoy the taste of it and all that kind of stuff and enjoy that first meal, but I'm going to ruin my vacation because I'm going to feel like boo for the entire vacation, because my body is going to be going through a metabolic whirlwind. because I have been fat adapted, and all of a sudden I'm throwing this crud at it and all this garbage, and it doesn't know what to do with it, and so I'm going to feel like crap. So I have to make that decision. You're not cheating on a diet. You're cheating on yourself. Keto changes everything about your body chemistry, your brain chemistry. It heals down to the cellular level. And you will be amazed once you're fat adapted, the things that you've gone through. Candace, you've been on keto for quite a while now, and I know that you came off of it for a little bit, but you can attest to the fact that there's a huge difference in the way that you feel when you are fat adapted and you're in good nutritional ketosis compared to when you're not, and when you're on the SAD diet and you're feeling icky. So what do you do? What do you do to prevent this? How do you avoid these situations? Well, number one, keep good snacks on hand. You know, there's lots and lots of keto snacks that you can carry with you that don't require refrigeration, that, I mean, even sweet snacks. I found this week, I can't afford Lily's chocolate chips, y'all. I just can't afford it. That's just crazy to me to spend $12 or $16 for chocolate chips. I just can't stand the thoughts of it. I'm a very frugal woman, and I try not to spend any more money than I have to. And so, and I work a lot. I work 60 to 70 hours a week. You know, I have no desire to spend that money on chocolate chips. So what I did is I went and I got Baker's chocolate, okay? And you know, that's bitter. Okay, so that don't taste lovely. Although I tolerate it pretty well now because I'm so used to not having that sweet taste. But I take Baker's chocolate, and I take 78% dark chocolate, and I get the Ghirardelli's 78%, and I melt it together with a tablespoon of coconut oil. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I snip off a little corner, and I literally, on parchment paper, just make little tiny dots. Dot, dot, dot. It takes 5 minutes, literally. And when it cools, you have got a whole parchment paper full of keto-friendly chocolate chips. Ta-da! This was something I just came up with on my own because I wasn't going to pay $12 for some Lily's chocolate chips. And it works. Because I take those, and I'll take a tablespoon of those chocolate chips and then 1 serving of macadamia nuts, and I measure those out when I buy them and put them in those little condiment containers. And I put some chocolate chips and macadamia nuts in a container. I carry that. I carry Jack Link's beef jerky, and yes, if you read the ingredients on Jack Link's beef jerky, it does say less than 2%, and it lists brown sugar, I think is what it lists. That is curing. I do not get the teriyaki or the flavored or any of that stuff. I get the original sticks, and I have tested my glucose and my ketones after I've eaten it, and they do not affect me. And that's what I suggest for everybody. Find stuff that don't affect you that you really enjoy. So I carry the Jack Links, I carry the macadamia nuts and chocolate chips, I carry cheese chips, and we make those just by sprinkling a little cheese on parchment paper and baking it, and then letting it cool, and it comes out as little teeny tiny, it's like having wisps, but they're homemade and they're super simple and easy to make. Sometimes I carry walnuts or Brazil nuts, but those are kind of expensive, and you have to be careful with nuts. Nuts add up real quick. But the thing is that if you carry some good keto-friendly snacks, some good stuff, you know, make you some fat bombs that you can carry with you. One of my favorites, fry up some bacon. Do that chocolate mixture that I told you about. Put a little chocolate on your bacon. I just break it into like pieces about 1.5 inches. Break it up, put a little chocolate on it, put a pecan on top of it, and drizzle chocolate across the top of that. Beautiful fat bombs, and they don't have to be refrigerated. They're delicious. I carry all kinds of stuff like that with me, just so I don't worry that, you know, I'm going to be stuck out somewhere and not have something to eat. And I have savory ones and sweet ones so that I can satisfy whatever craving I have. Now, If you cheat, accidentally or on purpose, what do? Next meal, right back on keto, y'all. Just go right back to it, because you know what's coming. You know the stomach ache's coming. You know that the discomfort's going to come. So, write it down. Log it. You know, if you're using MyFitnessPal, there's a place in there where you can make comments, you can make notes. Make notes on that day. I have started keeping my keto log. I have not been using MFP because, to be very honest, I can see it, and I like the fact that I'm writing it down. But I started putting everything in here, and right here, you know, I've wrote myself a note. Moral of today's story: without eating those stupid, and at the time I was those 78% Ghirardelli bars, I would eat a couple of blocks of that. Without eating those stupid candy bars, I had dang near perfect keto today. That's my note to myself. And so if you cheat and you feel like crap and you realize what you've done, log it, write a note to yourself, understand what's coming. Don't beat yourself up, y'all. We're all human. There's no reason to beat yourself up. You know, you haven't done something wrong. You just slipped up. It's no big deal. Because here's the thing, if you beat yourself up and you get all stressed out about it, what are you doing? Raising your cortisol levels. What happens when you raise your cortisol levels? This. Okay? This is my log from this past week for my hormone levels and how I did my blood glucose. My fasting blood glucose usually sits around between 85 and 95. And it stayed. But my ketone levels are normally between 1.1 and 1.6. which is not super high, but I don't like them real super high, because when they're really, really high for me, I feel a little wonky. I find that my perfect combo is for me to be between 1.1 and 1.7 and to keep my blood glucose where it's at, and that usually keeps me in real good shape. Well, last week, during Shark Week, my ketones dropped to like 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.1. 0.3, 0.2, 0.4. I mean, it was crazy. And I monitored twice a day just so I could keep up with it. But if you cheat, write it down, make yourself a note, realize, you know, okay, so I won't do that again, and just keep trucking. It's not that big of a deal. Really not, okay? Now, you can't do it all the time. You can't give yourself permission to cheat every day. You know, you can't say, oh, well, I'll just have this, because then you're never going to get into nutritional ketosis and you're never going to get fully fat adapted. I do not promote carb ups. I don't promote intentional cheating. I've had people ask me, you know, what do you think about cheating once a week, having a cheat day? I do not promote that, and I don't back it, just because this is a lifestyle, okay? But y'all are adults. If that's what you decide to do, that is your decision to make. I'm not your mama, I'm your coach, okay? And I have to apologize. I have overstepped my bounds a couple of times, making comments to people, or just, I guess I'm so into it, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. And if I have offended anybody, I apologize for that. And I would never do that on purpose. I try to help, and sometimes I just get a little overboard. My kids have pointed that out to me as well. Now, we talked about how long it can take to get back into ketosis. Ketosis and fat adaptation, y'all, are two different things. Fat adaptation, in the beginning, takes up to 2 to 3 weeks for you to get fully fat adapted, which means that your body has completely gotten rid of. Hi, Jane. Welcome from Baton Rouge. That is exciting. I have never been to Baton Rouge. I've been through that area. I went down to Biloxi a couple of years ago. Well, here's the thing. Ruth, going over your macros, which macros did you go over? Okay, Candace, I'll talk to you later. Ruth, what did you go over in fat, or did you go over in protein or carbs? Because the truth is, is that one day probably will not mess you up if you were eating keto-friendly foods. And that's what I was going to say. You know, if you are hungry, y'all, it is not cheating to eat more food. Okay? My caveat to that is stay under your carbs if any way possible. Okay? Try to stay really low on carbs. If you're really hungry, if you're having one of those days where you're just starving, that's the day that you want to use up your fat. You know, that's when you can up that fat. A little bit more protein, Cindy, sometimes doesn't always knock you out, but you want to watch it. And the thing is that figuring out how much protein your body uses each day optimally is what's most important. When I first started, I was trying to be uber safe, and so I was like staying at 50 grams of protein. Of course, at that point in time, I didn't know how to correctly figure the macros the way I do now, and I couldn't hone them in the way I do now for people. Now I can hone them in for people for their height, their weight, their activity level, what they have going on in their life, you know, their medical situation. I usually try to get them pretty accurate there. And then anybody that hires me as a coach to do their macros, then I also work with them and let them know, you know, do this for 2 weeks, get back in touch with me, let me know what's going on. And we tweak things and we move it around until we find your perfect combination. The thing is that proteins won't always throw you out. Gluconeogenesis does happen when you get too many proteins in your body and you just can't handle anymore. But what I suggest is fat bombs or fatty intake. If you are having a super hungry evening, because I'm a night stacker, y'all probably know that because you've seen the stuff that I've been posting. You know, I'm real bad to snack at night, and that's when I do my mug cakes and stuff. And I found that I have to kind of stay away from those. I only do those about once a week now because those will stall me. I guess it's probably the almond flour. But fatty tea, y'all, I had no idea. It is so good. And I wasn't crazy because I like the celestial teas and I like the Georgia peach or super peach, or southern peach or something like that, the peach one. I really like that one. Well, it wasn't real good with butter in it. I mean, it was okay, and I drank it for a couple of weeks like that. But then I thought, why am I doing the butter when that changes the taste of it? I started putting the MCT oil in it. No change in the taste, upping my fat by crazy amounts in the evening, and it sustained my hunger. And so now I don't eat anything. For the last week, I have not eaten anything after 6:30. Nothing. I have my fatty tea in the evening, and it's kind of, like I said, it tastes like peach. And so I've got that kind of sweet, and it's warm, and then I put the MCT oil in it, so it sustains my hunger. Hi, Whitney, throughout the night. And it's gotten to a point now that I get up in the morning, I make my BPC for the day, and to be honest, I haven't been eating anything until like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't had a bit of hunger. So that's been really good. All right, let's see. I want to talk to y'all about things that we cheat with, okay? Some of the most common ones. 8 ounces of beer, y'all. For y'all that drink beer, 8 ounces of a regular beer, 13 grams of carbs. That is more than half of your daily allotment. That is like 2/3 of your daily allotment of carbs. Is a beer really worth it? I don't think so. 1 ounce of potato chips. Yeah, those little bags, those are not 1 ounce, okay? Not 1 ounce. The little tiny snack bags are like 4 ounces, I think. And 1 ounce of regular potato chips is 15 grams carbs. Not worth it. Make your own. Make some zucchini chips. Make some cheese chips. Make some pepperoni chips. Those are my favorite. Pepperoni chips are super simple. Throw them on a paper towel, stick them in the microwave for like 35-40 seconds, bring them out. They're crispy, they're yummy. Dip them in ranch, dip them in mustard, dip them in whatever you want to dip them in. Okay, so much better than the potato chips. 1 burger bun. This was Labor Day weekend. I had a lot of people asking me, you know, is 1 burger bun really going to hurt me? You know, we're doing a cookout. One bun. 1. 21 grams carbs. That is all your carbs for the day in a bun. So you couldn't have lettuce on it, tomato on it. You couldn't have no condiments on it. Yes, pepperoni chips are delicious. You can do it with pepperoni, you can do it with salami, but pepperoni is really high in fat, so it crisps up really, really good. Another good one, Jessie discovered it making her taco shells this weekend, or Tuesday, is just the slices of cheese, and she puts them in the oven at 375 for like 13 minutes until the edges start to crisp up and start to brown and roll, and she just pulls them out. You're doing it on parchment paper now. Pull them out, pull the parchment paper off your cookie sheet so that they'll cool, and they crisp up real good too. 1 donut, 22 grams carbs, y'all. All day. That's your whole day. So we don't do if it fits in your macros. A banana, 1 banana. No, please don't do bananas, y'all. 27 grams carbs, 1 banana. They are not high in potassium. That is a myth. They do have potassium in them. They have some iron in them. They have some vitamin C and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's all well and good, but it's not good for keto. Okay? You're much better to have an avocado, or to have some blueberries, something of that nature. Okay? 1 slice pizza, 34 grams of carbs. 1 slice. And the thing that I was looking at said a 1-inch slice. So yeah, that's not it. That's a sliver of pizza for 34 grams. Oh my God. Do you realize how that would be like 2 to 3 days of pure agony as far as your gut goes, and losing your mental clarity and not sleeping good for a couple of nights, and it's just not worth it. I promise there's 1,000 options out there. If y'all need options, go to my Pinterest, my keto board on Pinterest. If you have questions about anything on there, I have made probably half of them that's on there. I haven't made them all. A lot of them I have put on there because I've seen them or somebody shared them on a page or something, and I just got them so that I could keep them and try them later. But I've tried a lot of them. So give me a holler. Drop me a line, send me a message or an email or whatever, and we'll talk about it and we'll figure it out for you. All right, if you cheat, how do you recover? Does anybody know the best way to recover? Number 1, we're going to jump right back on keto, right? Does anybody know how we're going to recover? Here's the thing. Super, you know me, I say stupid simple keto. You want to go super high fat, and you want it to be good quality high fat. Okay? The fast, you can do a fast if you want to, but a lot of the people, fasting does not reset me. It just makes me hungry. Because the thing is, if you've cheated, you're no longer fat adapted. A fast is going to be hard to do. I have done a 36-hour fast, but it was just because I just wasn't hungry and I wasn't willing to do low-calorie days and mess up my metabolism. So I just did MCT oil in my tea, and because I can't drink black coffee. So I just did water with salt and MCT oil in my tea for a few days. But I don't recommend fasting, not for resetting after a cheat, because you're not fat adapted anymore and it'd be hard. A lot of people do that though. Super high fat, super low carb. Try to drop those carbs to next to nothing for the first few days. And when I say that, I mean, cut the vegetables out. Do like a carnivore thing for a couple of days. Bacon, eggs, cheese. Bacon, eggs, cheese. Bacon, eggs, cheese. Ribeyes. That kind of thing. You know, just stick with the fatty, super, super low carb for a few days so that your body can reset. All right? Set yourself up for good sleep for those first few days because it's going to be hard. Hey, Susie. And keep track of your electrolytes, because when you cheat, that's one of the first things that goes out of whack is your electrolytes. Now, I'm going to talk about some products that people use. Carnivore is excellent for a reset. It really is. Carb blockers, y'all, they don't work. They ask you to send them $20 and they say, take this pill and it'll block all the carbs that you eat and you'll be fine. No, it don't. It's just a pill. Y'all, it don't work. Your body needs to do this on its own. That's how you get the health benefits. Hey, Teresa. Exogenous ketones. That is expensive pee, y'all. You do not want to put, yes, they will put you into ketosis. Yes, you will have blood ketones, you will have breath ketones, you will have urine ketones, which are all three, by the way, different types of ketones. But your body is not doing it. The whole purpose of doing the ketogenic way of eating, this lifestyle, is to train your body to produce those ketones and to use fat for fuel. It is a metabolic process. Using exogenous ketones, which cost a flipping fortune, is just expensive pee. Okay? Don't do it. Don't spend your hard-earned money. I'm telling y'all, it's cheaper to just eat whole foods. Whole foods are easy, and I promise you, yes, in the beginning it will be a little more expensive when you first start out because you are changing over and you're hungry. I promise, after you get fat adapted, this way of eating is so much cheaper. Y'all, my grocery bill is half of what it used to be. Number one, I don't buy all that crap. I don't have a pantry full of boxes, okay? My trash, half, because I don't have a bunch of boxes. I eat real food. You know, you go to the store once a week, you buy what you know you're going to need for the week. It is important to plan if you want to save money and do this on a budget, okay? Plan so that you know what you're eating and where it's coming from. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing, hon? It's important to plan. That way you know when you go to the grocery store during the week, you know exactly what you're buying and you're not wasting. You're not bringing a bunch of stuff home and just stocking a pantry full of crap that you can dig through in the middle of the night when you get hungry. Because if you do the ketogenic way of eating the way that I'm teaching it, and you stick to those high fats, good fats, y'all, ribeye steaks, the beef stew cuts where they cut it up already for you, those are great because they're high in fat too. Dark meat chicken, thighs, drumsticks, those are not expensive. You get enough of that for what you need for the week, and then you make your food, you eat it. Simple. You don't have a lot of waste. You don't have a bunch of money that you're just throwing away. You can train every cell of your body to do this. And I promise y'all, it makes such a difference. Your entire life will change. Oh, bless you. Yeah, Dr. Barry will tell you real quick. If you spent the money on them, go ahead and use them. But don't buy them again. Don't give other people money to do what your body does for free. And that's just the truth. I got about 10 minutes before I have to leave to go get Hannah. Y'all got to excuse this big old bump on my chin. I didn't realize that was as bad as it was. I thought I'd covered it up. Told y'all, last week was my hormone week. Questions. Come on, y'all. I see that there's only like 7 people on here, but I know y'all have questions. It doesn't have to be pertaining to cheating. I do too. Dr. Ken Berry is wonderful. He and Nisha both are incredible, and they're so personable. And I'll tell you another good one is Ask Nurse Cindy. She is incredible. I really like her. I suggest that you go and you subscribe to their YouTube channels as well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all. But I want y'all to ask me questions. Throw them at me. I know y'all got questions. It don't have to be about cheating. It can be about anything on keto. Go ahead and ask them now, because I promise you, if you have that question, somebody else has the same one. There are no stupid questions. Yeah, I love Nurse Cindy. She's great. And what amazes me about hers, you know, she got her whole family on keto. They've lost over 800 pounds. And they do dirty keto. Because I've watched a lot of her cooking videos and stuff. She does dirty keto. Because they use like the sugar-free Jell-O and all that kind of stuff. So it can work. I choose not to. I choose to do, I'm not a purist in any way, form, or fashion. But I do choose to be as close to it as possible. Brittany Sanders, I buy the Great Value 73.27, and I also sometimes, if I have a little extra money, on Pinterest, it's Sassy Keto Nurse, and you can go, I'll put the links to it in the description of this video when I'm done too, or you can just, on the page, at the top of the page, I have all of those links listed. But if I have a little extra money, I'll buy the Angus, and I get the fatty stuff, or the ribeye patties. Those are really good. Let me see, Jamie Allen Williams. I use Celestial teas. I use the peach, and I have done the berry blend. And I use Kiss My Keto MCT oil. It's pure C8. Kiss My Keto. I do not recommend any potassium supplementation as a nurse, and here I am speaking as a nurse and not just a ketogenic lifestyle coach. As a nurse, I'm going to say, please do not take potassium supplements, okay? It is very dangerous. It is very dangerous for the human body because, number one, your body does not absorb supplements as well as it does from regular foods. What I suggest for potassium, make sure that you're getting dark leafy greens at least 3 times a week. And now, I'm not like Dr. Berg. I ain't going to say, oops, I said his name out loud, didn't I? Because I don't like him much. I did in the beginning, and then I really got to listening to him. And a lot of what he says is not true, y'all. You don't have to eat 7 cups of vegetables. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But dark green vegetables, dark green leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, some green pepper, lots of avocado. Avocado is a wonder fruit, y'all. It has everything in it. I have a post on the page, and I'll try to get one on the website this week. Let me write that down. For the website, I'll try to do a post on the website for website electrolyte. And what I'll do on there is I'll do a post on there. Nightly cramps, you've got a magnesium deficiency. Now, I will tell you that I do not use D3. When I first started, I did. And like I said, I found that it doesn't absorb well. And so I get my D from being out in the sun for at least 20 minutes a day. Even on rainy days, I try to get into an area that I'm getting good sunlight for at least 20 minutes a day. And I try to eat good foods that I can get. Yeah, Jane, I would be too. I will put that post up and telling y'all how to get those nutrients and stuff, and what is nutrient dense and what good stuff that you can get in. Let's see. So Brittany, what I use, I had restless leg syndrome, and what I use for magnesium is I use Calm. You can get it at Walmart. It is magnesium gluconate, I think. I'm not positive, but it's Calm. It's in a little bottle, and it's a powder. I also put that in hot water and drink it like a tea. I do it in 4 ounces of water in the evenings. I put a tablespoon in there, and it helps you with your sleep, and it helps keep your magnesium up. You can also use cream of tartar. Cream of tartar has no taste, so you can put it in whatever and get like a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar and do that. It has a good magnesium in it. There's lots of really rich magnesium foods, but I will have to get my research papers out and everything. I know, like avocado and the kale is, but y'all, I can't stand kale. I don't know about y'all, I can't eat it. I can't stand it. Spinach is high in potassium and magnesium. Bone broth, homemade bone broth. Now I'm trying my first try at homemade bone broth this weekend, I think, because I've got enough bones saved up. But you can get bone broth. I suggest is it Kettle and Fire, Fire and Kettle? I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll have to put that in the description too. Is it Kettle and Fire, y'all, that does the bone broth? I don't know. I will look it up because I've got it wrote down in my other little book too. Yes, Calm at Walmart. It's in with all the supplements where all the vitamins are. At ours, it's on like the bottom shelf, and it literally says Calm on the front of it. The one that I get, the only one that's available at our Walmart, is raspberry lemon flavor. But to be honest with you, if I just put it in plain water and fix it, I don't really taste anything with it. Hey Angie, Kettle and Fire, that's it, Jane. Kettle and Fire bone broth. You can get it online, and theirs is incredible. And y'all, it helps with electrolytes. I can drink one, like the little soup mugs, you know. I can do one of those 2 or 3 times a week, and it keeps my electrolytes in check because it has everything in it. The other thing I'm going to say, y'all, eggs. Before I get off of here, nobody's asked. If you have any questions, Angie, throw them at me. I've got 3 minutes before I have to get off here. Eggs are a complete, nutritionally dense food. I know we've been told all our lives that eggs are bad for you. They'll make your cholesterol go up. They're horrible for you. They'll give you a heart attack, blah, blah, blah. Well, they said that about butter, too. And it ain't true. It ain't true about eggs, either. Eggs are the most complete, beautiful thing out there. Think about it, y'all. An egg creates a being. Okay? It literally has to have everything for a being to be created. Now, yes, there's not a chicken in there when we're eating eggs. It's just the eggs. It's just a, yolk. But they have everything. They have almost every nutrient that you need as far as A, C. Did you know the eggs had vitamin C? Is that not crazy? A, C, some D, B vitamins. They are very high in collagen. And the thing is that how portable are eggs? You can do boiled eggs. You can do one of my favorite things, y'all. I just did it this week, and it is delicious, in my opinion. Boil your eggs. Take your yolks, like you're going to make deviled eggs, right? Take your yolks, put them in a bowl, add avocado, mash that up. Now, I don't like mayonnaise, so I put my homemade ranch dressing in it and mash it up, and then squirt it back in my egg whites, like deviled eggs, and then I sprinkle freshly fried bacon, like make my own bacon bits, and sprinkle that on top of them. Oh, it's delicious. It's wonderful. It is incredible, and it is complete. That's high fat. That's high protein. Well, not really high protein, but good protein. And almost 0 carbs. It is perfect. Hi, Kathy. I'm thinking that you're tagging one of your friends to get them to watch this. I hope so. Y'all, please share my page. Share my videos. subscribe to my YouTube channel, get the word out there. This is a mission for me. When I started this way of eating, it changed my life completely. I want y'all to, anybody that has not already, please go to the page, to my introduction. Look at my progress pictures. Look at where I came from to where I am today. I started at over 300 pounds and I was a very obese, very unhealthy human being. And now I am happy, I am healthy, I feel wonderful. I've lost 80 pounds. Now granted, I've still got a lot of weight to lose, but every day I realize how blessed I am to have found this way of life. And the thing is that there's a lot of mistakes to be made, okay? It can be a little hard to navigate. So I made the decision that this is what I wanted to do, and this is a mission I have, is to help as many people out there get healthy and turn their health around and get control of their health again. This is not about weight loss for me anymore. It's about making as many people healthy as possible. So please make sure that you share this video, that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and share that. Go over to the website and check it out. I'm not real happy with my website right now. I'm not liking the way it's coming out. And so I want suggestions. Go over there, check it out, and then make suggestions. Send me an email. Tell me what you think. If you know somebody who needs to be on this way of eating, please send them to me. Let them know that they just need to email me, and I will be happy to chit chat with them. Also, I do macros. I do a startup kit, which is figuring your macros, and then doing a meal plan that includes 3 to 4 options for each meal, a long list of snacks, a grocery list, and the recipes involved. Plus, when I do those and I take on somebody, I will be happy to spend, the time that it takes to get them honed in. We will tweak as much as we need to tweak and get you figured out. And yes, you're going to have people that put it down and say it's not going to work. You're going to have doctors that say you are crazy, you cannot do this, get off of this, you're going to kill yourself. I'm a nurse, and so I get a lot of that. But luckily, because keto has become so popular, doctors are starting to read about it and they're starting to do the research, and we've got lots of really... Oh wow, I popped off there for a minute, didn't I? I'm so sorry. We've got Dr. Leminsky, we've got Dr. Berry. You guys make sure that you check them out and recommend this to all your friends. I've got to get off of here. I got to go ahead and get my little girl. Tonight's her last night at school this week, so I've got to go pick her up. It has been a pleasure talking to everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here and for participating in the live. They told me to get off of it. Don't second guess it, Brittany. Be your own health advocate. Do your own research. I will help you as much as I can, and I try to share as much knowledge as I possibly can, but you've got to do your own research. That is the best thing you can do, is read. Read some of these books. Y'all gonna see my dirty room. But y'all see that stack of books right there? That's the ones I'm working on right now. Read the books. Get them on your phone. Y'all, you can get them cheap. You can get a whole lot of the keto books, the really good ones. You can get on Amazon Prime and read them for free. There's a whole bunch of them on there. But read so that you're prepared when people say, oh, this is crap, this don't work, this is just a fad. Have your research so that you can turn around and say, no, actually, let me send you over here. Let me tell you about this study I read last week. Okay? If nothing else, tell them to read Dr. Ken D. Berry's book, Lies My Doctor Told Me. It's short, it's super easy to read, and it will hush somebody up in a hurry, because it addresses almost every argument that they have. Then turn yourself around, get keto clarity, cholesterol clarity, and my other favorite is I'd have to say my other favorite is probably Primal Blueprint by Mark Sisson. I really enjoyed it. I've got a couple I had it set so I wouldn't forget this time. I've got a couple. The Obesity Code by Jason Fung. I'm very excited. I haven't read that one yet, so that's another good one. Audible in your car is perfect. It was very nice to meet you too, Jane. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm going to head out. Yes, Dr. Berry is incredible. And you know, he's only been doing this since like he's only been doing the videos and stuff since like last September, October. So his stuff just really blew up. I'm hoping that mine will too eventually, once I'm able to put a little more time into it and that kind of thing. But of course right now I just can't. I have to work too much. But it has been, hi Valerie, glad to meet you too. It has been a pleasure. I'm going to run out of here. I'll be back next Thursday night at 7:30. If you have questions or anything, all my contacts will be in the description. In the description of this video. It'll probably be about an hour before I get all that changed because I have to go get her. Love you guys. Keto on. Any questions, let me know. Sassy Keto Nurse, signing off.